Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm so sorry. It took me like 5 minutes to get started. Facebook and YouTube, I'm so sorry. Good morning, Miss Linda. How you doing this morning? With LBV Designs. Good morning. How you doing? How you doing? Glad to have you this morning. Thanks for being here. Please feel free to share today's live. All this month, we're covering the topic of fear. Thank you. I appreciate you. That is the topic for this month. I'm really doing it because it's Halloween, and I just feel like I should do it because it's Halloween. Because I think there's a lot to be said about addressing your own fears during the Halloween season, during a season of a lot of change. I don't know how. Okay, let's see. Oh, right there. That's the button. Okay, so let's see. Hit it. Okay. So that's what I'm going to be talking about this month. We're going to look at the idea, the concept of fear from a lot of different angles. And I'm super excited to continue this conversation. We had a really good call. Listen, I don't know if you're able to make it Monday, but we had a really good call Monday. So if you didn't catch that one, I highly recommend it because we talked about, we kind of set the framework for fear, what it is, and how it shows up in our lives. Good morning, Erica. How are you? Erica, I sent you a message. I made a mistake. I missed my Google Form notification. So I'm going to be putting your class on the calendar today. My apologies for not getting that on the calendar sooner. But I did see your submission. I checked today. I'm doing good, Miss Linda. I am doing good. No complaints. I don't have nothing to complain about. Your girl found her glasses, so now she can see. I can see. I'm not blind anymore. I've been for like 3 months. I just couldn't find the doggone glasses. I couldn't find them. Good morning, Facebook and YouTube. If you leave a comment, I won't see it. You got to be on TikTok. So make sure Facebook and YouTube, you guys head on over to TikTok because I can't see any comments. Thank you for the love. I appreciate that. Hey, if you're here for just a few minutes, I accept it. Good morning, Infinite Glow Candle and Company. Good morning to you. How are you doing this morning? Really? Linda, no way. We made it to our 1-year walk-on anniversary. How do you know? Did you get like a reminder or something? I didn't even know. See how crazy it is? You probably just remembered. That's bananas. I had no idea. Well, that means we're doing the right thing. Hold up, y'all. My camera on my other device. My camera on my other device flipped. Because that's what it does. Good morning, Charlene. Okay, so Friday we'll have an anniversary talk. Because I had no idea. Yeah, it was October. I was walking outside. I had kind of gotten a little fed up. With like, I was taking the Manjaro. I was seeing some weight loss, but I wasn't seeing the weight loss I wanted to see, and I felt like it was possible. I wanted to go live, but I was kind of scared. Talking about fear. And so I decided to put the two together. Wow. Look how easily we slid into that year. Yep, I was buffering. Yes, because I was outside. I had no signal. And I was buffering like I don't know what. But here we are, a year later. I got my little setup, got my mind together, got my setup together, got my content together. Girl, I didn't realize that this week would make a year. That's crazy. Y'all don't understand. Especially when it comes to like, because really going live is really posting to social media. So that means for a year solid, I have walked every single week, with a few weeks that I was probably sick. But I know I've walked at least once a week, every week for 12 months. which has not ever happened. And I went live at least once a week, every week, for an entire year. Whoop, whoop. I didn't know that. I'm going to create some content around that. That's crazy. That year just slid underneath my radar. I don't know why I thought I'd started in November. I don't know. Okay. No, I know you're right, because this is the month my dad passed away. And so running was our thing. And I remember just kind of having just a bit of anxious feelings. I generally do when it comes up to the anniversary of his passing. And so I was like, at a minimum, I can get back to moving. And shoot, I can go live. I got to drop these kids off anyway. So here I am. I've got so many thoughts about it. Yes, thank you. Thank you for bringing that up to the surface, Linda, because I probably would have missed it. I've got so many thoughts about it. There's a lot to be said about being consistent. And that consistent actually isn't perfect, because it definitely has not been a perfect year. But but I've made a lot of progress. You see how I did that, Nikki? I made progress, girl. And not RTI progress. We were having a conversation last night. Good morning, Lene. Good morning, Charlene. Good morning, Erica. I'm so glad each and every one of you is here. Good morning, Simply Janae. I'm so glad that you guys are here. This is Morning Motivations. And for the last 12 months, I've been walking and talking and going live and helping people make better decisions in their business and in their lives. We do that through AI, through business strategy, through creating content, and through offering products and services that solve pain points. I now have I now have a community, a free school community called The Paid Creative. I'd love for you to join me if you're not. And it's been a year of doing this work. It's been a year of doing this work. And I'm so happy each and every one of you are here today. Let's get into it. We're going to talk about fear. This month, we're talking about fear all month. All right? Talking about fear all month. Now, Monday, we explored just the concept of fear. Good morning, Crystal. Crystal, we've been here a year, girl. It's our anniversary. Crystal's been with us a long time, too. Welcome in, Crystal. We've been doing this a year this week. Let's get into this fear bit, all right? Monday, we talked about the role that fear plays in our lives, all right? For some of us, it leans into perfection. Some of us, it leans into procrastination. We procrastinate because we're afraid, and so we put it off. We lean too heavy in trying to be perfect, so then we don't do the thing. But it's not about being perfect, it's about being afraid. We talked about this Monday. I gave you guys some homework in the Paid Creative. There's also a free ChatGPT prompt to help you dive into this deeper. Question is, or the big question that you had for homework is, there we go. I asked you to write down a fear and really try to think through what's the truth behind that fear. Good morning, Lady T. All right, so that's what we talked about Monday. I said, hey, write down one of your fears, and I want you to really think through what's the truth. What is this fear really telling you? If you did that work, let me know in the chat. In the community, Miss Lula did it. She used the ChatGPT prompt, and she loved the feedback that it gave her. All right, so if you're not a part of the Paid Creative, I highly recommend that you become a part of the Paid Creative community. I offer both paid and free services almost every day. So you've got opportunities to grow your business with some free support and some paid offerings. Crystal said that she did write down her fear and kind of explore. Were you surprised by your responses? Did you feel like you could kind of build a plan to help you work through your fear? Tell me about it. Good morning, Miss Samela. Good morning, my Facebook and YouTube people. Just so y'all know, I can't see nothing on Facebook and YouTube. It's a glitch in the system. So you do need to come to TikTok if you want to interact with me, because I can't see anything, unfortunately. But I see that I have 3 people watching. I can't engage with you. How you doing, Miss Samela? What's going on with you? I hope you're doing well. And I'm glad you're here. It's our anniversary. It's been a year of morning motivations. It's been 1 year. We're going to celebrate Friday. We're going to celebrate Friday. Let's see. Crystal said yes. She absolutely did the Monday homework. The Monday homework was think about one of your fears and really explore what's the truth behind the fear. That was Monday's homework. So for Crystal, she just didn't realize that she was afraid to talk in front of people. My follow-up question for you, Crystal, is what steps can you take to overcome that fear? Good morning, Just. Glad to have you this morning. Thank you. I hope y'all didn't lose sound. Thank you. Good morning. I would say for me, the one that I've been really thinking about is the space between when I procrastinate and realizing that that's my fear kicking in. So when I put a thing off, like right now I'm putting a thing off. I have a really big, important presentation, and I'm so nervous about messing up or saying the wrong thing or making a mistake or that audience not accepting what I have to bring, that I keep putting off preparing for it. And I'm procrastinating. And it's because I'm afraid. I know I can do it. I know that I'm capable, but I'm still a human being and I'm still afraid. So that's what keeps popping up for me. And it takes me to, how are we going to manage it? Because typically, good morning, Natala. Typically, our fears are also pattern-based. All right? There are 3 major patterns that we can look at when it comes to being afraid or having fearful thoughts that I want to talk about. Okay? The first is fear of rejection. When we're afraid we're going to be rejected, it often shows up as silence, people-pleasing, or holding back what you really think. Thank you, Miss T. Thank you. Miss T said, don't let the anxiety win. I'm working on it. I have to do the presentation. The flight is booked. I've committed to it. So I'm going to have to do it. I'm just nervous. But thank you for keeping me encouraged. Good morning, built with grit and grace. Come on, sis. Good morning. Yeah, Miss T said fear can be crippling. It really can. But sometimes it shows up as procrastination. That is my pattern. All right? But there's some other patterns I want to look at. When you are afraid you'll be rejected, and I'm going to put it in words that we typically use. Some of you say you're introverted when you're actually not introverted. Some of you say you're introverted. But the truth is, you're afraid people will reject you, so you remain silent. Right? All right, now, some people are true introverts. Don't get me wrong. But some of you I want to put into question, are you truly an introvert, or have you spent a life being silent because you were afraid of being rejected? Some of us have money fears. Money is a fear. All right. Some of us are afraid to actually make the money. Weirdest thing ever. We keep saying we're running these businesses and we're going to do this work and we're going to earn some income. When the truth of the matter is, we're afraid of what happens once the money ends up in our accounts. We're afraid we will go viral for the right reasons and the wrong reasons. I hope y'all are getting what I'm putting down here. All right. Miss T says her trigger is the stutter. And it's grounded in fear. I can relate to that. I usually say something wrong. That's my trigger. I don't stutter. Well, in my perception, I'm working on that with my therapist. In my perception, it was the wrong thing to say. Or it'd be like, and I'm like, I wish I, then I'm like, oh, this guilt. I never should have said that. Bunch of fear on the inside. But I'm working on it. Okay. I don't know why. Is anybody else having sound issues? No one else is saying they're having sound issues. Facebook and YouTube, I can't see your comments. You have to be on TikTok. But you can definitely plug in and listen while you work. All right? So this rejection piece, fear of rejection, it's a pattern. It shows up over and over. For some people, your pattern is you say you're an introvert, but really you spent a lifetime silencing your own voice because you were afraid that you were going to be rejected. Now, some people are truly introverted. Don't get me wrong. You can only decide what's true for you. But it's my job to illustrate what the possibilities are. Okay? Especially in the social media world, I think a lot of people, their trigger or their fail-safe is to lean into, well, I'm an introvert. No, you're not no introvert. You be at your baby football game. Oh, that's my baby. Ah. Somebody make you mad and you the loudest person in the house. All right? Somebody that made you mad and magically your introvertness has disappeared. All right? Now, some people are introverted. Let me say that. They truly are. That's their true nature. So what you have to do is you have to call into question when it's time to use your voice. Are you holding back because you're honestly an introvert and that's just what's great, who you are? Or are you holding back because you're afraid you're being rejected? It's a mental decision that you've got to make over and over and over again. Good morning, Ann. Y'all go follow Ann if you don't. She's got some meditation content that's phenomenal. All right, so fear of rejection. That's the first one. It's a pattern. Over the course of your life, if you really think about it, there are all these moments where you didn't use your voice because you were afraid that you would be rejected. All right. The second one is a money fear. In business, this shows up as underpricing, or you're hesitant to spend money. We're going to talk about that. Or you're stressing about every dollar excessively, because some of us need to be stressing about every dollar because you're spending too many. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to people who are so hesitant that they don't do anything. I'm talking to the people who you're looking for every opportunity to cut a corner, or you expect to make money but not spend any to grow your business. That's what I'm talking to. You're really trying to hold on to what you have, right? And you don't really want to spend. Not even if it's to invest in your own business, to move your business forward. Okay? Money fear. All right? You believe because you have $2.50 in your account that you shouldn't charge people $200 because you don't have any money. You're afraid that people will judge you based on how much you charge. I'm gonna keep it real today. Some of you are afraid of being judged because of how much you charge. Some of you want to charge the discount rate that you're only willing to pay. That's a fear thing. You're afraid if you make that program $500 that no one's gonna buy it. You're afraid that if you take your AI art, make some modifications to it, blow it up big, throw it in an art gallery and charge thousands of dollars for it, you're afraid that no one's going to buy it. A lot of times this money fear when it comes to pricing has a foundation in being judged. Especially my folks who are African American and came or grew up in an African American culture where sales and discounts were often very, very important because of the system that we lived in, the system of oppression that we lived in. All right? So we're often thinking, I only should put out this. I have to put a discount on it. I have to only charge this. But you haven't even done any market research to determine if your pricing is right. Okay? Come on, Just Visionary. Come on. So that's one part of this money thing. I have learned how much I'm worth. It has been the greatest lesson to realize that I know exactly how much I'm worth. And whether the person uses the discount or doesn't use it a discount, or whether my class is $47, $97, or $1,000. I know my value. And I know that I have to charge what I'm going to charge because I know what I'm putting into it. I know the knowledge and skills that I have that my audience does not have. I know what it is. If you want to coach with me, right now, it's $250 an hour. Some people go, $250? I'm not spending that for an hour. You don't know my worth. You don't know what the value I bring. You don't know what I am as a coach. You don't know the systems and processes that I set up to ensure that when you do the work, we're going to be able to watch you get better and better and better. Because I know my worth. I didn't always know my worth, but damn it, I know it now. And I need you guys to start thinking about all the time and effort you put into X, because all of that time and effort equates to a number. You got to charge that. You got to charge that. All right? Hesitating to invest. Y'all holding back on taking classes. And I get it. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I get it. Because some of my folks who've been taking classes a while, some of you need to hesitate. You done invested in foolishness so many times that you don't want to get scammed again. Good morning, Vanessa. So I get it. I get it. So I'm going to address it on the front end. Some of you are afraid of being scammed. And I'm going to address this part. You need to really pay attention to what the person says they're offering and what you actually get. And if you're not actually getting what they said, stop buying from them. Quit getting caught up in the sweet, syrupy language that they use. Quit getting caught up in the slick, fast language that they talk. quit hopping from tool to tool to tool to tool. You only get 24 hours in a day. None of us are large enough to run a business as large as a Walmart or a Target or or these large scale online businesses where at this point they have a team of 20. Do y'all realize some of these people that you purchase from, they have a team of 20 people underneath them? You can't be them. You don't have 20 people today. You can be them one day. Second part about this fear of investment, y'all not gonna like this either, because I want to address this because we haven't even gotten to the actual fear. You have to pay attention to who you buy from. That's point one. Pay attention to who you buy from. Listen to if they said they were going to sell X, by the end of X experience, did you get that? If you did not get that, stop buying from them. Okay. I've addressed scams. All right. The second reason you're hesitant to invest, because you've invested in a whole other stuff that you ain't done a doggone thing with. That's a you thing. That's not the vendor's thing. That's not the instructor's thing. That's not the program's thing. That's all you, boo. That's all you. You've bought in the last 5 years. If you've bought 3 different programs, one for coaching, one for running this business, I'm trying not to name businesses because I don't want y'all to think I'm calling anybody out like that, because I'm not. Not one for this industry business and that. Now you want to be this. All right. We were never meant to be a travel agent, a real estate person, a classroom teacher, a Medicaid nurse, a tax. Baby, you was never meant to be all these things. You were never meant to be all these things. And let me say this for my women of color, because we're the worst about this. Women of color, come on, because I'm talking to y'all. Let me stop because I need to get this out clearly. We have spent so much of our lives having to wear so many hats that we've been trained to believe that in order to be successful, we got to keep wearing multiple hats. It's not true. It's not true. They have worked us enough. You've got to decide to be one version of yourself. I just need to pause and say that because I'm super passionate about it. We can only be one version of ourselves. Take all these hats off. Take all these roles off. Focus on 1 or 2 core things and make money that way. And make money that way. We were trained that we had to work full-time, be a full-time wife, and be a full-time mom. We were trained to be that way. We've got to stop thinking that we can go into this business and now add another hat. But then within that business hat, we trying to do 5 different things to make money. That's a you thing. That's not the instructor. That's not the training professional. It's not the thought leader. That's a you thing. Stop buying all these programs. You can only be one person. One person is who you can be. That's it. My name is Martine. I teach people how to use technology. I have 2 primary focuses, Canva and AI. That is all. I don't have a Suno account. Little bit of facts about me. I played the trumpet between the ages of 11 all the way to 23. I'm very knowledgeable when it comes to music. And if I went over into Suno's land, I believe I would do well. However, it's not a hat that I can take on. I know a flourishing community of phenomenal Suno artists that I can tap in and recommend. I don't need to teach a Suno class because I cannot wear that many hats. It's too many. It's too many hats. Stop it. You so used to being the auntie for everything, to being the Inspector Gadget for everything, that this business you spent and invested all this money into is a whole conglomeration of some crap. It's boo-boo. Sorry, y'all, but that's what it is. It's a pile of boo-boo because it can't move anything forward because there's so much stuff in it. And that's just the truth. All right? It's just the truth. I hate to break it to you. It's just the truth. All right? Again, I still have not touched what's the fear around this money thing. Scams, yes. You've got to be mindful. If the person doesn't teach you what they said they were going to teach you, stop buying from them. Sometimes you are the problem. You're so scattered out trying to make sure that you're the thought leader on everything that now you're the thought leader on nothing but how to spend money on more programs and classes. Let me get that out of the way. Now that we've addressed all of that, sometimes we're afraid to invest because if we're successful at it, then we have to actually begin the process of being who we said we could be all along, and that can be quite scary. That's the only real fear. People scamming ain't a fear. That's you not paying attention enough to what you buy. Overinvestment in a broad array of programs, that's a you problem. That's not an actual fear. That's you not being honest about what you can do. That's a you thing. Y'all are funny. I see y'all in these chats. That's a you thing. Good morning, hope, faith, love. That is a you thing. The real fear is if I invest and I'm successful, then I have to keep being successful, and that can actually be quite scary. All right? Here's what I've learned about investing in programs, and I'm a girl who's invested in programs. I work remotely, and I have the job of my dreams right now because I invested $10,000, $6,000 for the program, about $4,000 on computers and technology. I invested it 4 years ago. I didn't have the money. I put it on a credit card. I'm just going to tell you all the things. I invested in the program. All right. Within 10 months, I had earned $12,000. So I paid off the debt. So those of you who think I'm someone who know I invest, but here's the deal. The program was 9 months long. I went to sessions. I learned the things. I practiced. I took the advice, and I completed the program with integrity. Those are the things that happened. This was 4 years ago. This past year, the program was $4,000 to become a certified AI consultant. I went in, I sat on my booty, I listened, I took notes, I learned from the community, I spoke at the AI Summit, and I completed the task. So, for those of you who are afraid to invest, I need you to do two things. Invest in the single thing and make sure you're committed to the single thing. That is how you're going to be successful with it. And stop being afraid of what might happen once you are successful. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to give y'all some room to breathe because I went off this morning. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. Good morning, Rosie. Nikki, I'm happy to see that. You can, if you go ahead and open up that statement, I bet you it's a few more things you can take off that list. I love you, friend. Nikki said she's coming for all of us. I'm not coming for you. I care about you. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. If I don't give you something to really think about, I'm not doing my job. She said, you have to do me like that. Oh, Lady T, be. Y'all had a good, I think y'all did Balancing Parenthood, right? That's what y'all did last night. Don't feel bruised. We got to talk about it. Nobody's talking about it. We got to talk about it. Ann says she going to be bald by the time this conversation is over. Yeah, it's difficult. I was telling Talia, do y'all realize last year I ran a whole coaching program out of my car? I was teaching out of my car, y'all. Sitting at my children's activities. I had gotten so used to sitting in the car that once that journey ended, I was going to the car to sit and eat because that's where I was most comfortable. Because I had been in there so many hours for months, 2 years. Unhealthy. Too many hats. Too many programs I was involved in. Stretched too thin. That was a me thing. I had to let some programs go. I had to let some projects go. Good morning, VL Design Studio. I had to. I ain't had no choice. Or I was about to be bald-headed for all the wrong reasons. Not because of genetics, not because of things I couldn't control, but because of things I actually could. So I'm speaking from a place of, I had to stop. You have to stop. So that when you do invest, you're investing for the right reasons and because it aligns to the core. I don't buy as many classes as I used to. I don't. And I do that so that when I do purchase, it's directly tied to where I'm trying to go. Or it's something I really wanted to learn. Or I want to learn exactly how that person does it. I had to stop. All right. Good morning, Sherilyn. Good morning, VLS Design Studio. Last fear, visibility fear. We're actually afraid of being visible. We're afraid for people to see us. All right. It often shows up as us hiding our face, over editing, or we don't post content. I still struggle with visibility. I think my content's been pretty good lately, but still, I got some new content. I'm nervous about doing it. I've been pushing it off. So visibility is another pattern. So when you notice that there are patterns where you don't want to be visible, the answer is going to be visible. Then you've actually got to push yourself a bit. Okay? And let me be clear, because I see this commentary in this chat. I see it. Let me be clear, if I haven't been. These patterns don't mean that you're broken. Ma'ams and sirs, it means that you're human. Look at you being human in things. You are human. So because you're human, you have fears that drive a lot of your decisions. But you also have a responsibility to break the patterns. All right? You got to find moments to break the patterns. And when you break those patterns, you can stop those patterns from running your business into the ground. Let me know in the chat, which one's the hardest for you? Put a 1 for rejection, 2 for money, or 3 for visibility. Which one's the hardest? And don't put all 3. Don't put 2 of the 3. I don't even, nope. Nope. Nikki, I'm not sweating because I'm not walking fast enough. But if I walk faster, it's going to be a mess. So I've decided to do slow and steady wins the race. I'll be out of breath. All right. Which one hits the hardest? Is it 1, rejection, 2, money, or 3, visibility? Which one is it? And don't say, I only want 1. Don't say all 3. Because in this life, we can only repair ourselves 1 step at a time. That's it. All three might apply to you. But in this life, we really got to get in the habit of only focusing on one. One of them. I see him coming in. All right, I see them coming in on the chat. Here's what I want you to do. Okay? You've identified the patterns here live. A lot of you did it live with us. I see you identifying those patterns. All right? I want you to write down how those patterns normally show up for you. All right? And in the chat, in the paid creative community, I'm going to give you a prompt to help you kind of think this through, and also help you kind of think through what are some things you can do differently to stop the pattern. Because you cannot move forward in your business if you're constantly languishing in these fears. You're not gonna make no money. I'm gonna pull out my old color purple line, and it's the one I lean on anytime some of these fears pop up. I may be poor, I may be black, I may even be ugly. But dear God, I'm here. I'm here. So it's okay for me to be visible. It's okay for me to create content. 99.9% of the time, I don't have a lick of makeup on. I got pimples all over my face. I got dark circles under my eyes. Thank you, Grandma. They're hereditary. I am overweight. I have locks. The top of my hair is fuzzy right now. But I can still create content and be visible, because more often than not, no one cares about all these little bitty tiny imperfections that I perceive. So that's my line to help me understand that it's okay to be visible online. All right? Maybe you have a line, a scripture, a quote, an affirmation that helps you unpack the fear you have around visibility. If you don't have one, I need you to find one. But that's mine. I think about it all the time. And Nikki is right. Miss Linda, you are definitely growing out and up. And that's a beautiful thing. Same thing, Miss Sherilyn. You've been growing out and up and trying new things and figuring, like I see you've been fine-tuning what you're doing to tell your own stories your way. You're doing the work, but understand, it may take a whole year to get better, right, Miss Linda? Those of you that are just popping in, Miss Linda reminded me that this week was the first week that I was going live and walking and talking. Now, the first week didn't go like today. I have came a full circle around. I had no plan. I was just a hurting woman, emotionally, physically, and wanting to grow this business a year ago. Worried about how people was going to see me. They was going to see me in my clothes. Worried they was going to see these carpet stains. Or the ketchup my kiddo put on the wall. Lots of fear. But here I am. Still standing. No one cares about any of those things. And I'm going to keep going. I'm about 30 pounds lighter. I take my medication. I drink Miss Samela, I do have my water bottle. Let me pause and drink it. Thank y'all. And I'm still not where I want to be. I've had lives where it was just me and Miss Linda. That's it. I've had lives that have had 20 people. Okay? I've had lives that had 4. But it's a year later, I'm still here. And so what I want you, thank you guys, what I want y'all to take from this is that the progress is slow, it's incremental, it's very slow. It's slow. Whatever you think is supposed to be progress, slow it down by 2. and keep going. I had no community when I started. I have an entire community now. I posted every now and then. I post at least twice a week. I'll say twice. Oh, Linda's right. When I first started, I was buffering because I was walking outside. I would walk from my daughter's bus stop back home and I would go live. So 40% of what I was saying, nobody heard because I was buffering. I bought a treadmill, it broke. I had an Apple Watch, I ran over it with my car. I had so many things. I've gotten sick more times this year. I ain't never been sick like this. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or what. But I've had at least 2 to 3 times where I had to cancel because I was sick. Roadblock after roadblock after roadblock, y'all. But I'm still here. And as long as we're still living and breathing, there's an opportunity for you to find your thing, and to be consistent with that thing. Good morning, Talia. Good morning. You didn't miss me. You have to go watch the replay. All right. Now, let's talk about offers. This Saturday, I'm going to be teaching how to create Canva apps. I'm going to speak to my people who create Canva apps first. If you're a veteran, you still need my class because I'm going to tell you what you've been doing and I'm going to tell you how I'm going to fix it. Most of you that have been creating Canva apps, they take you a long time. You write the prompt and then you spend a lot of time because every time your app pushes out, it's something that needs to be fixed. And you're having to make a lot of tweaks till you get to the final product. Take my class. Why should you take my class? You're going to get a GPT that's going to give you a really, really strong base prompt. You're going to get a really strong base prompt. You're going to create that, you're going to put that prompt in the Canva app. And then you're going to make 1 or 2 little tweaks. Maybe make 5. But you're going to get your digital Canva app products made faster and more efficiently and easier to use for your audience. Because I built all of that into the class and into the GPT. All right? If you are new to Canva AI apps, you should come take my class. I'm walking you through step by step by step. In addition, I'm giving you strategies, tips, and processes to make money from your Canva apps. I make money from my Canva apps. I'm actively earning income from the Canva apps that I sell. And so I'm pulling the curtain back and I'm giving you some ideas on what you can do to sell Canva apps in the 4th quarter. Now, I need to announce that the class is live and you can go in and start learning today. Y'all, all the videos are ready. I've created all the content and you can literally start today, and before the sunset, you're gonna have high quality Canva apps that are centered around a monetized system. All right? Okay? So, Patreon subscribers, go to the Patreon for TRM Learning. Go get your code. Go learn and play. Okay? If you're new to the space and you're like, I need to check this girl out, I've actually given you 2 free modules. So, go to my profile. Go click on the link to that class. It's called Slay the Sales. Go watch my introductory courses. Okay? I am giving you access to the module, I think it's module 1. I'm giving you access to module 1. So you can kind of weigh for yourself if this is something you should invest with. Okay? So the class itself, it's live, it's ready to go. You can go in and get to learning. Okay? Oh, dang it. Thank you, Crystal. It's Saturday. The date is right, but the day of the week is wrong. Thanks. I'll fix that. I'll fix that. The live class is going to be this Saturday. Okay? So you can actually go in and learn what you want to learn at your own pace. Pause and play your videos at your own pace. You can start that today. Okay? Then Saturday, I'm going to show you a very unique way, a type of Canva app. I haven't seen anybody do it, that I really think is going to be perfect for this holiday season. All right, so I'm going to give you from start to finish how you would set this up, how you can price it, and how it could support the target audience. All right? So that's this Saturday. I would love to have you in any capacity. TRM Learning Tier 3. Let's get it. Everyone else, snatch up the class. If you are in the paid creative community, let me give y'all another hint. There is a special code in the calendar. Paid creative community, there is a special coupon code in the calendar. Head on over to the calendar. Get your coupon code. All right? So, I've given you lots to think about, lots to do. Fear. Your fear of rejection, your money-related fear, and your visibility fears are keeping you from where you want to go. All right? Fear of rejection. Okay? Fear, money fears, and not being scammed. That ain't it. And fear of visibility. Your homework is acknowledge those patterns. And we've got to take incremental steps to stop the pattern and do something different. Okay? The Slay the Sales class is live right now. You can start taking your training right now. You don't have to wait till Saturday. And here's why I recommend that. You can come to the class with questions. You're going to feel more confident about what you're looking at. And you are more likely to be able to take what you learn and do something with it. All right? Studies show that when learners get access to learning before an in-person interaction, they perform better. So I'm doing it strategic. I need you to be better when you leave my class. It's to my benefit and to your benefit that you leave better. So as your instructor, I'm putting in systems in place to ensure that if someone pays for my class, they do the work, I do the work, then they're better. Lastly, if you are in the paid creative community, if you're not, go to my profile, click on the button, the ink and IO, y'all know. Click on the button. All right, join the paid creative. In the calendar, there's a little coupon. Go get your coupon code. Okay? Now, I talked about it a lot today too, but we're going to talk about it again Friday. Friday, okay? Here's what's happening Friday. Friday, we're going to come in and celebrate wins. I'm going to go make me a cute little flyer. We're going to celebrate 1 year of morning motivations. All right? Those of you who've been, there's a few people I think have to work, but I'm going to reach out to them because a couple of y'all have been with me since October. I know you have, but they haven't been able to come. I really want you guys to be there. We're going to celebrate. That is a huge milestone. To be consistent with anything is a huge milestone. And we're going to celebrate that. You can, if you've already tapped into your class, your Canva AI workshop class, we can talk about that. Let me know how that's going. And I want you, most importantly, to spend these next couple of days really analyzing what you are afraid of and start to figure out what steps you're going to take to move your life in a different direction. Because it's not your husband's fault. It's not your grandma's fault. It's not how you're raised's fault. You are in control of this moment right now. What are you going to do right now? I'm doing it. I'm walking. I'm talking to you. I'm posting my classes. I'm creating my content. I'm moving my school forward. I'm not going to be afraid anymore. And I need you to not be afraid anymore so that you can become the best person you want to be for your life and for your business. That is it for Wednesday. Yes, I will see you Friday. We will be celebrating 1 year of morning motivations. Y'all have a great day. The replay will be on YouTube. Bye, y'all.